It is Monday, August 29th. This is Jaguars Happy Hour. Jaguars Happy Hour is presented by Jet HomeLoans. And now, the guy who was originally scheduled to be last night's Moon Man at the MTV Music Awards, J.P. Shadrick.
I'm not aware of that reference. And welcome in. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. It is Monday. I am J.P. Shadrick. We've got a busy show, of course. Pro Football Hall of Fame left tackle Tony Boselli is here. CBS Sports senior writer Pete Prisco down in South Florida. The roster cut coming up this Tuesday. The Fanatics Fan Questions in the second hour. Then we'll go around the National Football League as we do each and every Monday. Tony, I was going through the ratings book from last week, and it was almost an all-time high last week.
Yeah, it's going to take a hit today because I was going to say great one, but that wouldn't be accurate.
That would be accurate. That would be
Prisco,
highly accurate.
Mr. Prisco's back.
Welcome
I
back.
am back. I am
Where
back from
were
Minnesota and New Orleans.
Are those teams going to go to the playoffs?
Yes, they are. Both of them.
Who were they practicing against?
No, they were both just having regular practices. Minnesota. I went to Minnesota, then the Saints.
Oh, got it.
Minnesota's got a good team. They're going to score a ton of points. If they can stop the run, they're going to be good. And as far as New Orleans has a nasty defense. Nasty. You know, it's just a matter of Jameson turn it over. But don't talk about the rating. The ratings were lower than they've ever been last week. I got my sources in Jacksonville. I know all about the ratings. Tony, they plummeted when I wasn't there. You two were probably giving it nothing but 2 hours of happy talk. I know how that plays.
It was accurate talk, Pete. Accurate talk.
Spot on. That's what the people want.
They don't want your nonsense.
By the way, I will relay this story from Minneapolis. There is a guy that works up there now that used to work in Jacksonville last year that told me that they would have him monitor the show to see if I was saying anything controversial.
Wow. I have some questions about that. Interesting.
I mean, I think I know where it came from. It came from down the hall, who's not there anymore, but it came from Urban and his crew over there.
Well, you were on your best behavior last year, Pete, I must say.
Well, like I told him, I said, look, I fired the guy every week. I'm not going to deny that. And it was a pleasure every single week to see the look on Tony Boselli's face because he couldn't say it.
Well, I wonder if they took video samples or something.
No, it was good. I mean, Pete, I thought you were fair last year.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't you never attacked. You just
it wasn't a personal attack. It was just get him out of there, and ultimately it happened. But yeah, they were. It wasn't. Look, I would never make a personal attack on anybody, ever. I just wouldn't do that. Now, if you're going to be an idiot as a coach and do dumb things, then I will attack those. And I attacked him right from the get-go with the hustle, hydrate, let's go, team, rah, sis, boom, bah, and the way he walked up and down the aisle in the stretching, the stretching lines with every coach, all 52 of them that he had. It was all hoax. It was all garbage. He's out. Got a pro in there now. Move forward.
Yeah, I was going to say the good news is we don't talk about it anymore.
You think they're still monitoring the show?
Yeah, I would if I was them. I would monitor us. I'd be monitoring everything that comes out of this, out of
what?
Pete and
Tony
my
predicted
mouth.
a playoff record last year. Let's not forget that.
Who did?
Almost early in the season, you thought they might be in the playoffs.
No. First of all, last year, to be clear, I said they'd win between 4 and 6 games. You said between 3 and 5.
But early in preseason, before we actually saw what was going on, remember, JP, there was some hint of maybe.
It was like 8, 9. Somewhere in that ballpark. I remember clearly.
Sure. You guys have great memories.
Are we going to wait till next week to make our predictions for the season?
Yeah, we should probably do that because that's the Labor Day night show, and there will be nothing else to talk about.
Well,
except
Labor Day night I'm on Labor Day, so I'm not sure I'm going to be laboring that day.
Oh, you'll be laboring.
Oh, you're going to be working that day.
You've always worked on Labor Day.
Oh, yeah.
You've worked what? Now you get an HOF underneath your name. You don't work on Labor Day. What the hell is that?
Maybe.
Comes with a gold jacket.
Probably has an autograph signing he's got to do somewhere.
Yeah, exactly.
No, I'm going. You know what I'm doing next weekend? I'll be in New York, Pete, at the U.S. Open.
Tennis?
Yeah, I'm taking my wife, and I got a client that wants to go.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. The story has changed. 2 weeks ago, you said you're going to Colorado for your cousin's wife's birthday.
I am Monday,
and now all of a sudden you're at the U.S. Open.
Well, I'll be in Colorado Friday.
Get your story straight.
I'll be in Colorado Friday, Saturday, Sunday morning. I fly to New York for the U.S. Open. Monday, it looks like I'll be doing the show from my hotel in New York.
Amazing. So you're going to be there all weekend, and you're going to have a weekend in New York then.
Well, I mean, if you consider Sunday and Monday the whole weekend, sure.
Oh, you're not getting there until Sunday. Okay. Still, that's a good little trip. Take your wife up, go enjoy New York.
It'll be good.
Are they going to introduce you before the match on the court?
Hall of Fame tackle Tony Boselli. Let's hear it one more time. Hall of Fame tackle Tony Boselli. We got to hear it every time you introduce the show. Oh, there's Pete Prisco and Hall of Fame tackle Tony Boselli.
Should I wear the gold jacket into Arthur Ashe Stadium?
Yes.
No, because in New York they might take it from you.
Walk down Second Avenue with that on. Hey, hey, Tony, you were off. So Pete was off this past week on this show.
Yeah.
Tony, I don't know if you know this, Pete. He didn't do the game on Saturday in Atlanta.
Why not?
I did not.
Why?
Because it was opening weekend of college football. It was my son's, who's last year of playing college football, opening game. And so I said, you know what? And Chad Johnson, our fearless leader.
Got a permission slip?
I talked to Chad, and he said, you know what? Last preseason game, I think it'd be just fine if you went to see your son play for his opening day of his last year playing football.
Well, he's at FAU, Tony?
Yeah, he's at FAU.
Okay. Okay, so two things about that. One, Loggeman was probably thrilled. Two, Frangie was thrilled because they could actually get some airtime.
Actually, I don't think they were happy because the last preseason game, if anyone knows the NFL, is especially when nobody plays, which nobody played, is the most difficult thing to do the entire year. So, Pete, it cost me. I had to buy dinner for Mr. Frangie and Mr. Loggeman. And guess who tagged along for a freebie? That would be one J.P. Shadrick.
Well,
J.P.
I tagged along because I was invited on these airwaves last week out of nowhere.
I felt guilty.
I'm like, I guess I'll go then. I mean, what do you want me to do? Not go?
I felt guilty. He was going to eat by himself.
Did they go somewhere really expensive to take advantage?
Oh, yeah. It was good.
It wasn't cheap.
Where'd you go? Chops or something in Atlanta?
No, it was out at this. I'll say we stayed at this really nice chateau.
Chateau Elan up
about an hour outside of Atlanta.
Brazelton, Georgia, up I-75 or I-85, excuse me, northeast.
Why?
Because
it's right by Flowery Branch.
Yeah, 10-minute drive to Flowery.
Oh, that's
Branch.
right. That's right. It's way up there. I forgot.
They had a bunch of restaurants on property, and that was one of the big steakhouses.
So, did you go to Flowery Branch for a couple days and then go to your son's game?
I went to watch practice. Put time in, did some work, and then went to South Florida from there.
What'd you like from practice, Tony? What stood out to you the most? We were watching the tackles then. They were rotating. We'll get to that a little later coming up. I mean, it's good to see another team, right?
Yeah, I thought
bad team.
Yeah, I don't know how good Atlanta is. I mean, I think it was clear that in practice we were the more physical team, which I think is always important. Now, we only had really one day of practice because the second day, for whatever reason, they took the pads off and they were just in shells. So that you can't really tell anything from that. But I thought we did a good job. And I thought the team looked sharp. I thought, looking at some of the tape, Trevor, they were on the far field, so watching practice, we didn't get to see Trevor much live. I watched some of the tape afterwards. And he looked sharp, had some nice throws. I thought the line moved people around. There was some good running, good lanes for the back. So, yeah, I thought it was a very positive overall 2 days of work with the Falcons. I'm not sure, to Pete's point, I'm not sure how good the Falcons are and how many games they're going to win this year.
Yeah, it sounded like Trevor had a really good practice, that practice anyways. Why did let me ask you something. Why did all those guys sit out? All of them sit out. I mean, did they all need to sit out? I mean, are they that good a team that nobody has to play?
Well, it's a fair point. I think it always goes, Pete, back to the risk reward. What are you gonna gain out of Trevor and that group playing 2 series?
No, not him, but there were some guys that didn't play in that game that could have played. I got to go through the list and think. But okay, you played Devin Lloyd.
Well, because he hadn't had a rep in a game all year.
I know, but he played him into this almost a halftime, didn't they?
Yeah, he did. Yep,
a quarter and a half, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just watched the tape today. He was struggling with diagnosing things and being lined up and knowing where to go and stuff. It looked like on the tape. I don't know. Did you see that in the game, Tony? Oh, well, you didn't watch it, but I mean, did you watch the tape?
I watched the tape. I thought he looked tentative at times.
Yes.
Like
thinking
he was
too much.
You know what it looked like? Is a rookie playing his first game ever.
I mean, he chased down a couple plays. He made a couple plays on the sideline and he showed off his speed a little bit. But yeah, it was tentative is good. It looked like he was thinking too much instead of just playing.
That could make you look tentative. I mean, the one thing that jumps out is his athletic ability, his length, his range, all good things. You know, I expect him, he needed the reps. He needed the time in that game. So I like that Doug played him. I'm trying to think, who else would you like to see? Like I'm a little bit surprised they didn't play Muma.
Did Chason play?
I did not see Chason out there.
He should have played.
I would have played Chason. I agree with that. Yeah, I think there was probably a handful of guys, Pete, but I'm not sure how much it matters. No,
I mean, the preseason is even worse now than it was when you played. It's ridiculous, and everybody overreacts to it. We used to call it the boys of summer when guys like Curtis Marsh would show up and star, and then you'd get to play real games and nobody knew what they were doing. I just think we overreact to preseason. Oh, this unit, look at Belichick's team looks like crap, or this team's not good, or that. You can't really tell. You have no idea. You can't. Nobody's game planning. Nobody's doing anything. You have no idea what these teams are doing.
Guys, let's take a time out. The Jaguars have announced their first wave of cuts.
Ooh.
We'll come back.
Interesting.
And bring that to you.
I saw one name that did not surprise me.
Did not?
Did not.
We'll explain that when we return. Of course, in the second hour, your Fanatics Fan Questions. We'll go around the NFL a little later as well. PRI Productions, the official event production company of the Jags, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com. We are off and running. It's Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet HomeLoans on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Jaguars fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com, the world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and Jaguars players you love. Shop the most trusted brands, exclusive designs by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars. Join Fanatics Rewards today and earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Thinking about your favorite whiskey or whiskey-based cocktail for this weekend's party or tailgate? Us too. While you're out shopping for supplies, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the 2022 Jaguars whiskey available at most local Jacksonville liquor stores. Not leaving the couch this weekend? No problem. You can also order a bottle online at citrusdistillersonline.com. Every bottle is made locally here in Duval.
You know what you expect at an airport hotel. A bed, a shuttle that's never on time, and if you're lucky, a day-old Danish on your way out the door. But at the Crowne Plaza Jacksonville Airport, you get a renovated lobby, restaurant, and bar, and 10,000 square feet of luxurious space for memorable family and business events. So stop by, stay a while, and expect to be surprised. Crowne Plaza Jacksonville Airport. Book online or call 1-877-2-CROWN. That's 1-877-227-6963.
Ready, set, go. It's the Labor Day sales event at your local Ford dealer. Get going in a new Ford SUV or truck. Inventory is arriving daily, so get ready for the best offers of the summer on in-stock Ford vehicles. Or go custom order a 2023 Ford and lock in low financing and get big cash back. You've waited for these deals, and the wait is over. Ready, set, go to the Labor Day sales event, now through September 5th. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony, Jaguars Today. All Jaguars, all NFL, all the time. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
Well, some of these guys have really taken advantage of their situations and their opportunities, and Tim was one of those guys, and even, Treadwell being a veteran player, he showed up in the first half today, and it was really good to see, some of these young guys take advantage of the extended play time.
That's Doug Peterson, of course, after the game in Atlanta. Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. J.P. Shadrick, Pete Prisco, Tony Boselli, and for 9 years, Dreamfinders Homes has been proud to call themselves the official home builder of the Jags. Visit dreamfindershomes.com for all the available inventory, and go Jags. We're on 1010XL AM, Jaguars.com, Jaguars social media, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. We're all on Twitter also, at Prisco CBS. He loves Twitter, at Tony Boselli, at JP Shadrick. Is that too strong? You don't love it?
I've got nicer on Twitter.
I like old Salty Pete on Twitter. That's a good one.
Yeah, I mean nowadays you can be salty to somebody and they'll end up getting you fired or something. You don't want to do that anymore.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Hey, the Jaguars have made roster moves. They have announced that 10 players are waived and or released. So
let's hear them. Let's run through them.
Linebacker Tyrell Adams released. He was a veteran player.
No surprise.
Defensive lineman Azoya Alufahai, waived.
No surprise.
Running back Raquel Armstead, waived.
No surprise.
Safety Rudy Ford, released.
A little bit of a surprise for special teams.
Yeah, great gunner. Cornerback Benji Franklin, waived.
No surprise.
Offensive lineman KC McDermott, released.
No surprise.
Defensive back Brandon Rusnak, waived.
No surprise.
Linebacker Chappelle Russell, waived.
No surprise.
Offensive lineman Badera Traore, waived.
That one, there was some talk that he might actually make it.
He had a hamstring later in camp. I remember that.
Yeah, but there was talk that, but he's a practice squad guy. He'll be on the practice squad.
I think they like him. Wide receiver Laquan Treadwell, released.
Okay. Now he can go back to the practice squad.
Yeah, you can have veterans. There's
right. So,
right.
And I think that's what they're thinking. And whereas they think if they might be able to get something for Chenault, because there's no way. I don't know about you guys, but I wouldn't have kept Chenault over Treadwell. I just wouldn't have.
I wouldn't either. I think Treadwell has had a better camp. He does more for you on special teams. I think he's a better receiver.
I do too, Tony. I mean, what does Chenault do? He was as a punt returner when they tried that. That was a disaster.
No, that's not going to work. So I was surprised by the Chenault one. I wouldn't be surprised if he's back on this roster at some point. I think interesting the Raquel Armstead release doesn't surprise me, but I also think it sends a signal that they're going to go find another back.
What about Sargent?
I think they go find another back. I think the only two guys guaranteed jobs on this team are James Robinson and Travis Etienne.
I would agree with you.
Now, I think Snoop Connor's probably here because he's a draft pick and teams don't like getting rid of their draft pick. I don't know where Snoop helps you this year. He was a short yardage back at Ole Miss, correct? That's what his role was?
For the most part, yeah.
I mean, goal line short yardage?
In the red zone, he would break tackles and then, score. Yeah. But, a lot of shorter yardage.
I mean, he wasn't the starter at Ole Miss.
Right. He played for a long time. He has a lot of touchdowns because he played all 4 years.
You're missing my point.
I'm with you.
He looks like a short yardage back to me.
Okay.
And is he a better short yardage back than James Robinson? No. Is he a better goal line back than James Robinson? I don't think so. So I'm trying to figure out where does he fit on this roster. I just think they're going to be active in the market to find a back once teams start cutting people.
Would you inquire about like a guy like the Niners have 4 backs? Would you inquire about Trey Sermon or somebody like that?
Sure.
Yeah, because he's right now. I think he's 3rd or 4th in their depth chart. So although Jeff Wilson's been banged up, that'll be might force him to keep him.
And Shanahan rolls those guys through like they're just pieces of in the cogs in the wheel. I mean, they just throw them in there. It doesn't matter what their name is. And they find a way to rush for 100
I think
yards.
they need to find another back. They have to get another back, and preferably one who has a little size.
Well, here's the problem, Pete, that I have with where they sit. That's the one position group I don't have a ton of confidence in. One, you have James Robinson, who's coming off an Achilles. You have not seen him yet. You've not seen him in live action.
Correct.
You don't know how that Achilles is going to hold up day in and day out, and how many touches can he have? Okay. 2, I don't think Travis Etienne's an every down back. I mean, you see a guy that's going to be down, a 3 down back and get 25, 30 touches a game? Is that how I don't see that. I mean, I'm really curious. How is he going to hold up in protection? You start blitzing. I mean, we saw Pittsburgh do it a little bit. Mm-hmm. Start blitzing those linebackers, and they're going to blitz the backer that they know the back has responsibility for. And to Pete's point, we're not that big back there. Now, James Robinson proved that he can hold up. Can Travis Etienne hold up? We haven't seen it. Something we need to see.
And can he hold up carrying 20 times?
Both protection and carrying.
I mean, let's just say, for the argument, Robinson can't go week 1, week 2. Then what are your options? You got to get him back.
You don't have a lot right now, Pete.
No, you have to get it back.
I think you have to go get at least one back.
Trade for a guy or waiver claim or both or whatever.
Both.
Whatever's
available. Whatever gets you better. Because I think that's a big concern. Maybe I'm concerned for no reason. Maybe James Robinson comes back week 1 and is ready to carry it 20, 25 times. I don't know. I don't think so. Maybe Travis Etienne is going to be that an every down back. To me, he looks like more of a change of pace guy. A big play, matchup, put him in the slot, move him around, give him the ball in space. He does
like Kamara.
He does run more physically than I thought he would. I mean, he does break some tackles. So I'm nothing against Travis Etienne. But
no.
He's coming off of Liz Frank.
Yeah, it's not like he's he's
and
clean bill
not only
of
that,
health, but yeah.
If you have, I mean, he's a good back, and he's going to be. I think you're right, Tony. He runs tougher than you thought he would. But does he run tough where you got to get a 4-minute offense going? Can you give him the ball? Or is that if you don't have Robinson game 1 or game 2, if you need to burn the clock, or you're not burning a clock with what I call air back? That's not what you want to do. For example, the New Orleans Saints would probably put Mark Ingram in the lineup to burn clock.
Yes. Yes, they will.
So that's the concern right now. And you can find it, but there's some backs out there. I mean, you can, look, there's guys out there, but I'm with Tony. I don't think the 3rd back is on the roster right now.
Are you going to go into week 1 with Snoop Connor as your guy you're going to have to count on?
Welcome to the NFL, kid. Hang on to the football for 4 minutes.
I mean, let's think about that. Let's say it is the 3 guys that are up on game day.
Yeah.
Or let's say James Robinson is cleared and healthy.
Mm-hmm.
Or to go play. James Robinson, Travis Etienne, and Snoop Connor. You have one guy coming off Achilles, one guy who's never played, a second-year player, never played in an NFL game, coming off Liz Frank, and a rookie who did not start for his college.
Yeah, that's about right.
I mean, I wouldn't if that was one of those situations where if you had to go trade for one, I don't know if I would necessarily do that.
Why? If you get a guy you like, give up a 6th-rounder, Pete?
Yeah, okay, 6th-rounder, okay. But I'm talking about, like, if there's a veteran out there you have your eye on. Like, for example, let's say the Browns really like that kid Ford. They want to get rid of one of their backs. Would you trade for one of those guys?
For Chubb, yes. I'll trade for Chubb right now.
Well, that's a whole other story. You know what I mean? One of the other backs, like Johnson or one of those guys. No, I wouldn't.
No,
but a sixth, I'm sure.
Well, I mean,
what would you give up for Chubb, by the way? Just out of curiosity.
I give him my 2nd-rounder.
Second?
Oh, I wouldn't. Wow. I would.
For Nick Chubb? Have you watched him run?
Yeah, I'm not giving up. His body's getting. So you got him for 2 years or something.
Yeah.
Great.
Pete is not going to trade you anything for a running back.
I'd give up a late round pick for a back if there's a.
You want to go look at the last 5 years of 2nd-rounders and tell me which one of those you wouldn't take Nick Chubb for?
Well, that's a whole nother story. I'm talking about if I'm doing the drafting.
But I mean, yeah, I mean, it's a concern. Now, look what the Jags did over last weekend. We haven't, because it happened after the show, but they went and traded a 7th-rounder for that Cole Van Lannon. I loved it. Watched him in practice. Watched him in the game. He's a guy. I think he'll be active on game day, part of your 53-man roster. I mean,
where does he ultimately end up settling in at?
I think he can play either guard. I think he also gives you depth that if Ben Barch is not up to snuff, I think this kid can play.
So Barch would. So that's what I think. I think they made the move to play him at left guard. It was clear Shatley wasn't physical enough to play left guard.
He's physical enough. He's not long enough.
He's little.
He's not long enough.
Well, that's physical. That's all part of it. You got to be physical. He's not the physical. He doesn't fit the bill. So, and Barch hasn't taken the job and run with it. So you put this kid in there and you play him at left guard.
Well, I mean, Barch is going to be your starting left guard opening day, I think.
They showed with Shatley that they don't hesitate to yank a guy out of there, though.
No, but that was over a period of time.
Yeah.
I mean, you ask the coaches, that they'll tell you that Ben Barch went and took the job from Shatley. He was better than Shatley in camp. And they let that play out for 2 or 3 weeks.
Yeah. Shatley
and by the way, here's a couple other running backs I was thinking about, possibly. You tell me, would you make a deal? You're interested? Ronald Jones?
Late round pick, yes.
Myles Gaskin?
Who's he with?
Miami. Led the team in rushing last year.
Yeah.
Sony Michel?
Yes.
Okay, because Miami's going to cut one of those guys.
Now we're talking, Pete.
I mean, any one of those. Here's the thing too. You're first in the waiver list. Hey, Pete, real quick before we go any further, because we were just talking about some people got waived, some got released. Tell the difference.
Yeah, if you're a vested veteran, you get released, and you're not subject to the waivers. That's the way it works.
But only only before opening day. After opening day, everyone goes through the waiver process, correct?
Right. So yeah. So he's like anybody now is subject to waivers as a kid. So, but like Sony Michel, that'd be a good guy to look into.
But Sony Michel, Ronald Jones, and Gaskin, all of them would be released, not waived, so they can go anywhere they want.
Right. Yes. Right. I would take of those three. You want a more physical. Gaskin runs tough and hard. I think he's a tough runner.
So go watch Ronald Jones run between the tackles.
Yeah, well, but something's concerning about that. The fact that the Chiefs are releasing him, if they do release him.
Let's come back in a moment. A little defensive talk. That was a nice conversation about the running backs. We're going to flip it over to defense.
Flip it.
We're flipping it when we come back. Second hour. Oh, he's back with the peanut butter crackers. Pete, you missed it last week. He was eating crackers on the air.
Oh, no. He was crunching him on the air.
We had a 5-minute diatribe about peanut butter and all the positive aspects of it.
One thing, was he chewing on the air? Yes or no?
Yes.
Oh, my God. How rude.
Get that HOF. You can do whatever you want. We're back in a moment. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
What do you call a group of friends who wear the same jersey for good luck, no matter how old it is, and who support their team through thick and thin week after week, as if the very season depended on it, while tossing the pigskin and drinking Miller Lite? You call it Miller time in Jacksonville. Here's to the original light beer. It's Miller time. Celebrate responsibly. 2022 Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Kessler Creative, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, has the print services you need for your business. Need large banners and signs for your next promotional event? How about custom boxes to advertise your company fleet? Find out for yourself how Kessler Creative can help you stand out from the competition with eye-catching designs that are sure to impress your customers. Kessler Creative, Jacksonville, Florida. Results-driven marketing and a proud partner of Jacksonville Jaguars.
At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, one taste and you're hitting refresh now, palm trees swaying now, letting loose now, busting a move now, cranking up the beats now, hands in the air now, feeling free now, smiling wider now, seeing brighter now. You're on Tropic time now. At Tropical Smoothie Cafe, we believe everyone needs a little getaway. That's why we put a little sunshine into our fresh smoothies, wraps, and flatbreads. Can you feel it? You're on Tropic time now at Tropical Smoothie Cafe.
Jaguars fans, here's a great way to pay with pride wherever you go. Exclusively from TIAA Bank, the Jacksonville Jaguars Visa debit card comes with a fierce look and fantastic features, along with the convenience to make purchases online or at millions of locations worldwide. And it's yours, free, when you open a Yield Pledge checking account. Order yours today. Visit TIAABank.com/JagsCard. TIAA Bank is a division of TIAA, FSB, member FDIC, and the official bank of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at TIAA Bank Field because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bono's is currently expanding its brand with franchise opportunities throughout the Southeast and beyond. Over 70 years of authentic Southern pit barbecue and owning your own business are a great combo. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
When Jaguars news breaks, you'll hear about it first on 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Came out of the game perfectly fine, came out strong and healthy. We wanted to get him, the first quarter at least. I think he played almost the first half, 25 or 6 snaps, and then did well. Did well, obviously, from what I can see. We'll watch the tape on the way home. But, he looked good, played fast, and that was good to see.
Doug Peterson after the game Saturday at Atlanta, discussing first-round pick linebacker Devin Lloyd. Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on a Monday. J.P. Shadrick with the Hall of Famer Tony Boselli and Pete Prisco.
Well said, J.P. Well said.
Thank you. Devin Lloyd, we talked a little bit about that. Was the only, projected starter to play in the game. All the
Does
other
he
guys
start?
sat out. You think so? I don't know. What do you think? Pete, what do you think?
He should start. I would start him. You drafted him to be a starter. He was around all spring, wasn't he? And was running with the starters until he got hurt. Yeah, he's the starter.
Yeah,
he should be the starter.
I would start him too.
Just let him roll with it.
Yeah, you have 2 more weeks.
Not just, hey, here's some third down package things for you. Let Muma start since he's been out there
he
all
starts.
Camp. Okay.
Yeah, I'd start him, and you have Mumu if anything goes wrong or
we called her Mumu.
Muma.
So I didn't know if you called that
He
or
said
not.
Mumu.
I said Muma. Oh, okay. Muma. You have Muma that if something were to happen, or he's shaky or inconsistent or blowing stuff, you can put in. But I would start Devin Lloyd.
It's funny when you watch the tape. He doesn't. How much do they list him at? 240, 245.
Devin Lloyd on the official roster is listed at 235, 6'3".
He looks lean. That's a lean. He doesn't
tall.
Yeah, well, 6'3". I guess that's tall for back. But I would start him. Just get on with it. He's your guy. You drafted him to be the starter. He was the starter until he got hurt, correct? Before he pulled his hamstring, he was running with the ones all spring and on the OTAs and everything.
Yep.
He starts.
He
did have to get lined up a couple times, though. You could see that. And it was Quarterman was directing him a couple different times, and he looked like in some pass coverages where he was spinning around a little bit, not sure where he should be going. But that's a matter of being on the field.
Right? It's expected. First time out there.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I expected that. But like Tony said, once he stops thinking and just goes, you can see the athletic ability.
Where are you with the rest of the defense?
Hey, real quick.
Yes,
hey,
Tony.
Pete, what about, I was just reading, what do you think about Alexander Madison? Vikings are trading, you're up there. Looks like they might be trying to trade him.
Yeah, because they have another kid they really like, a young back. But yeah, I would that would be it. Yes. 100% yes. He's a violent, tough, physical runner. Yes. I would give up a 6 for him. 5, 6.
A 5th. Now you're moving up, Pete.
I think he's a good back. I really do. I think he's exactly what you talk about, Tony. Put him in the fourth quarter and bleed that clock. He runs tough.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm with you, Pete. If he's on the market, if the Vikings are serious, I would definitely look and inquire what it would take to get him. You have to look at your cap because, it's not like the Jags have a bunch of cap room, but he can't be making that much money. But I would trade for him.
I got to say, it is nice to talk about and even have the thought in your mind of draining clock in a 4-minute drill. This team's won, 3 games the last 2 years? No, 5 games.
But you still got to plan for it, JP.
I know we're future focused now. I get that. But it's good to think about that.
Well, more than that, he's also another guy that between him and James Robinson, you have your everyday on backs, and now you can make Travis Etienne as that change of pace and space guy and create packages for him. I mean, I would feel a lot better if you're 3 backs going into a Sunday, where a guy like Madison, and Etienne and J-Rob.
Yeah, he would be available because that means that they would be going with a young group because that means Ty Chandler, who they drafted this year, has had a good preseason, would be their third back because he would move up. They'd move the kid from Iowa State up, Nguanu, and then he'd be the third back. So that would be risky for the Vikings. I wouldn't do that if I were them. I mean, why would you? Dalvin Cook doesn't play a whole season. He hasn't finished the season.
I'm just saying what was reported on Pro Football Talk.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he's available, I'm interested. If I'm the Jaguars, I'm interested.
What draft
pick? Give up? Would you give up a 6? It's definitely a 6.
I give him a 5 for him.
I'd probably give up a 5 too. Because look at who were their 5th round picks this year? Are they going to make the team? One was the corner.
Just because you make a team as a draft pick doesn't mean you deserve to make the team.
Well, especially on that team sometimes the last couple of years. I mean, if you look, was Brown the 5th round pick?
No, he was the 7th. Yeah, I'm pulling it up. Yeah, I forget. It's been a while.
We'll do it during break. Let's go back to the defense. So I kind of. Are we cutting the? Are you cutting the team
we're
today?
We're going to cut the team in the second hour of the show.
Okay, second hour.
We're off to a good start because we already know.
Right, they jumped the gun on us today, Pete.
Yeah.
How about that? Hey, we mentioned Lloyd, but it seems like the rest of the defense, the starters at least, are solidified. I mean, that's a good place to be, right, Pete?
I was surprised that Chason didn't play. Pete,
does that mean you're keeping him, or does that mean you might try and trade him?
I think Chason's. Unless someone offers you something worth your while,
like what?
Like Alexander Madison.
Yeah, Chason for Alexander Madison. Done. I mean, here's the problem with Chason. You're admitting a major mistake. Now I know they weren't in that position when the pick was there, but.
It wasn't their mistake.
Well, Trent was there.
Trent was there.
Yeah, I guess he was. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a mistake for him.
He was the assistant GM.
He was. You're right.
So
would you keep him or would you keep 40?
I'd keep him. I'd keep Chase on.
Why? Just for the attraction of the potential?
No, I think he does more. I think he's better. I mean, Chase on did pretty good in the preseason. I mean, he's active.
He wasn't awful.
Yeah, I think he's getting better. Like, my perspective with Chase on Pete is forget about the fact that he was a first-round draft pick. Just erase that from your memory and look at him as what he did in this preseason, and is he one of your best 53 guys? And in my opinion, he is. And so I don't care that he was drafted or overdrafted as a first-rounder. The question now, and the only question you should be asking yourself if you're Doug and Trent, does he make us better? Are we better with him or with Jamar? Was it Jamar James?
Jones,
Jamar Jones, number 40. Are we better
Jameer
with Jameer?
Jameer James, yeah.
Well, you're cheating. You got the.
I'm cheating. I'm prepared, is what I am.
Well,
yeah,
that too.
I think that kid's a physical player, though. I think he's a pretty good player.
Don't you think you can get him on the practice squad, Pete? You can sneak him through.
Yeah, you can get him on the practice squad probably. Whereas Chase wouldn't make it to the practice squad.
So yes, he's on my 53.
By the way, Jaguars.
But if you had to pick between 40 and 47, you'd pick 40 though.
Yes.
Me too.
Jaguars' 5th round pick this year was Snoop Conner.
Yeah, you trade that for Alexander Madison, wouldn't you?
Right now.
Okay, Vikings. Here, how can I race that to you right now? You can have Snoop Conner. Just what we need, another back. He wouldn't make the team there.
6th round pick was Gregory Jr. from Ouachita Baptist, and then Montark Brown from Arkansas, the 7th rounder.
So, is one of those corners going to stick?
Well, Benji Franklin's already been waived. He was another guy kind of competing with those two. He was an undrafted guy. So you would think one of them would stick, right? Coverage teams.
Well, who are your top 4 corners?
It's Shaq Griffin.
Yep.
Tyson Campbell.
Yep.
It's Williams and Trey Herndon.
Herndon.
Those are the 4.
We have not seen Darius Williams.
He played last week, or he didn't play.
No,
he
didn't
practiced
play.
last week.
Right, but we haven't seen him in the game.
Right, he practiced without the weird jersey last week for the first time.
And so,
what about who's the 5th corner?
Clay Brooks?
Yeah, I think Clay Brooks because of special teams. He's the best gunner.
Yeah. So you keep him for special teams.
Yep.
If he has to play on the field.
But that's 5.
You
How many you're keeping 4 safeties, which is Dewey,
Cisco,
Jenkins, and probably 20.
Daniel Thomas
is my guess. So there's your 4. How many defensive backs are you going to keep? 9 or 10?
You got to keep more. You got to keep another corner at least.
So you need a 5th corner.
Mm. One of those 2 guys.
But who's it down to? Who would be the 2 guys? Because I don't have it in front of me.
Let me look at the miniature flip card that I have here. And
don't you think the safety spot came down to Ford or Dewey?
No. It came down to Ford or Thomas.
I mean, the only guy left would be Xavier Crawford on this depth chart. At corner.
Who hasn't been awful, right?
So Crawford, Montark Brown, Gregory Jr. are the ones left that aren't the starters.
That might be a position that's on another team right now.
Right.
They might find another guy.
That's right.
Let's come back in a moment. We'll take a look at the Miller Electric Center outside TIAA Bank Field. If you're on radio, just imagine it. We'll talk you through it. If you're on Jaguars.com and Jaguars Social, you'll get to see it for yourself when we return. If you're looking for the MVP of the truck game, then look no further than Ford F-150. Loaded with impressive capability and designed to dominate work, play, and everything in between, this truck makes tough look easy. Your local Ford dealer, proud partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars. It's Jaguars Happy Hour, presented by Jet HomeLoans on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
When it comes to water, choose our team, the winning team. Choose CGC Water Treatment. CGC Water Treatment works, and it works for DG too. Former Jags QB, David Garrard.
If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Discover the Kinetico difference.
Call CGC Water Treatment at 844-CGC-JAGS or visit cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Kinetico dealers.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
At VyStar Credit Union, you inspire us to deliver on our promise, to do good for our members and our communities. That's why we offer more banking options, like better rates and no hidden fees. We also give back, donating several $1 million to hundreds of nonprofits each year. Better financial lives, stronger communities. VyStar Credit Union. Do good. Bank better. Visit vystarcu.org/join. Insured by NCUA.
Hold on. You want me to tell them about Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea in just 30 seconds? This is impossible. Hey, I'm Billy from Twisted Tea. How can I explain that first sip of cold, smooth, real brewed tea? So good. And the extra kick you get from just the right amount of alcohol? The twist of lemon, wait, what? We're almost out of time? Oh, shit. Twisted Tea Hard Iced Tea. Look for the bright yellow cans wherever you buy beer.
Twisted Tea Brewing Company, Cincinnati, Ohio. Please drink responsibly.
Jaguars fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com. The world's largest collection of officially licensed fan gear from all the leagues, teams, and Jaguars players you love. Shop the most trusted brands, exclusive designs by Fanatics, and autographed collectibles from today's biggest stars. Join Fanatics Rewards today and earn fan cash on every purchase. Shop now and get today's special offer. Fanatics.com. Officially licensed everything.
Jacksonville Sports Talk for Jacksonville sports fans. 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
You know, obviously game planning is everything, and just these guys are getting all the work. All the ones are getting the work in practice, and you know, the young guys are going to be doing the look teams and running cards and all that kind of stuff. So, you know, we've had experience of that during training camp. Some of the practices we've done that, and but yeah, it's a level of intensity that steps up a notch, you know, and we just got to focus one game at a time, 1 week at a time, and not look anything, you know, past that.
Head coach Doug Peterson after the game in Atlanta on what's coming up in the next 2 weeks for the Jags. Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. PRI Productions, the Southeast full-service event company, has everything you need to bring your next idea to life. Visit PRIProductions.com and learn more. We take a look outside if you're watching on Jaguars.com, Jaguars social media, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. A live look at the Miller Electric Center. It continues to grow. There's a big field of mud after the rain today, and the building is really starting to take shape. Right outside TIAA Bank Field, it will be ready, we're told, by Training Camp 2023.
They got a little work to do to get there.
They're moving along pretty quickly.
No, they're doing a great job. No doubt about it, but it's a lot of stuff that needs to happen.
Looks like they've started, Pete, the grandstand area for about 2,100 seats or so for training.
Where is that going to be on there? I don't see that.
On the left side, where if you're watching on the website, it's on the left side of the screen.
I see it. Where that white thing is right there. I see it. So that's exactly like the Dolphins facility.
It's very close, yes. I think that saved them some time to take a lot of the major design of that.
I was at their facility last week. I went down there to watch the Eagles work. It was a day they were supposed to have a joint practice in Miami. Think about that, Tony. Miami had a couple guys with the stomach bugs, so they decided they were going to do their stuff virtually. And so the Eagles practiced on their field, and they didn't practice with them. Imagine the days when a practice got canceled because a couple players had a stomach bug.
Yeah, I like when I read that, I was like, I've never heard, like, you know, it would have been like back in when I played, Pete. It would have been like, okay, everyone out on the field. Coach out of his stomach bug. Great. Go throw up. Just if you have to throw up, go throw up in the corner and then get back in the game.
You got a portal let out here. You can make it there if you have to. I
Hey,
mean,
Pete,
stomach bug.
Pete, a couple things. JP and I were talking in the break. The Dolphins just waived Sony Michel.
Go get him.
So he's free. And then also it's being reported that this is via Twitter.
Wow, you're digging deep.
MI Football, whoever
Sources
that is.
say.
Source. Did you see it too?
No.
Oh, source says that Laviska Shenault could be on the blocks, and the Houston Texans have shown the most interest so far.
What's the handle on that?
MI Football.
I don't know what that is.
I
independent.
also
It's
thought
an independent NFL
remember,
reporter.
I said that earlier. I think that's out there. I think that they want to try and get something for him, and that's why he got the spot right now instead of Treadwell.
So just a little.
I wouldn't be surprised if the Vikings didn't inquire. I remember Keenan liked him when he was there. I don't know if he could talk them into that, but that would make some sense. They don't have a fifth receiver.
But the big thing is, I mean, I think you got to go kick the tires on Sony Michel.
I agree.
What kind of camp did he have, Pete? And
it was okay. He played a lot last week. I mean, it's just they have so many, and that that in 49er scheme, he went out and he got Chase Edmonds. He went out and got Mostert. So those guys, and Gaskin had a good year last year, and it was probably ran a little bit better. So it's a numbers game. You can't keep them all. I think that would make some sense. Take a look at them.
What would it cost?
Nothing.
Well, no, I mean, you'd have to pay the guy still. I mean,
veteran minimum.
Veteran minimum.
Veteran minimum. Makes the team, he gets paid. Not going to give him a signing bonus.
Right.
Guy's on the street. Cost you nothing.
Might as well. What else are you going to report over there, Tony, since you're scrolling through Twitter right now?
Let me ask you this. Would you keep – Sargent has run pretty well for them, I thought. What, you practice squad him?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, Pete, if I'm being just completely blunt and honest, nobody behind ETN and then obviously James Robinson jumped out at me.
No, I agree. But sometimes you keep a young back and let him develop for a year or something on a practice squad. I'm with you. Snoop Connor to me is like, I don't know what he brings. He's a straight line runner. He doesn't bring anything. Would you agree, Tony? Straight line runner, not a lot of pop.
Yeah, nothing. Again, there's not one thing that jumps out when he gets the ball. You're like, oh, I like that. He's a young back, so you're probably not gonna have confidence to put him in there because he is a bigger body. Could you put him in there on third down or blitz it? Situations where you're gonna keep him in as a protector. But typically, coordinators don't have a lot of confidence in those rookie running backs to be protecting their prized possession, the franchise quarterback back there. So I'm with you, Pete. I mean, my guess is he makes the roster because he's a draft pick. And they'll try to hope that he develops.
And Michelle is 5'11", 215. A little.
Yeah, he runs hard. He's a physical back.
That's about what's James Robinson listed at 5'11", 215?
I don't think he's that. I got it right here.
He stole the roster from me because he wanted to all of a sudden prep. Funny how that works.
I love it.
5'9", 220.
I mean, here's Sony Michel's stats. Ready for his per year averages: 4.5, 3.7, 5.7, 4.1. 18 touchdowns in 4 years. So it's not like he's been. He got 900 yards in 2 of his first seasons, and then had 845 last year for the Rams.
I mean, I think he's a good back. I'm not saying he's great, but he makes you better by getting him.
And he's only 27.
Yeah, he's not old.
So he's got another.
He doesn't
So that
have
means
a
he
lot
has another year in running back years.
He doesn't have a lot of wear and tear. But I also, Pete, don't you think it'll give you some like comfort if James Robinson is not ready to carry the full load?
Okay, yes, I do, 100%. So here's the question: would you rather sign Sony Michel and not give up a pick, or give up a 6 for Madison, or a 5 for Madison?
Fifth or sixth for Madison, because I think he's a.
Yeah,
I think he's dynamic. You can watch him when Dalvin Cook's been hurt. It's not a huge drop off. I mean, he's not Dalvin Cook by any means, but he's a good back.
I'm with you. If you can get him for a 5 or 6, I'd do that.
It's only just begun. Still haven't got to the final cut time, which is 4 o'clock on Tuesday. The Jaguars earlier today, if you've just joined us, announced that 10 players are either waived or released. And there are some other teams around the league apparently doing that as well, according to Tony Boselli's Twitter feed, because he's going through and just, reading random tweets of reports.
What do you mean?
Which is great.
It's not random. These are verified people.
And he credited him. So if the guy's wrong, he doesn't take the hit for it.
Good point. See, he has learned. He is a media mogul now.
Oh, yeah, he's a media
breaking
man.
news. Breaking news. Can I get some breaking news music? According to Ian Rappaport, the Jacksonville Jaguars have traded Laviska Shenault to the Panthers.
Great. He can revitalize his career like C.J. Henderson has. For what?
Doesn't say.
Wow. How about that?
Is that a real Ian Rappaport?
I double-checked it, yes.
I was going to say,
yes.
We better check.
And the NFL Network has liked it.
We'll come back in a moment. More on that story. It is true. It is real. I looked at it. Laviska Shenault reportedly traded. We'll open the second hour of Jaguars Happy Hour with that and your questions a little bit later. It is Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Reconnect with the best version of you at Amara Med Spa, Northeast Florida's premier luxury medical spa, located in Ponte Vedra, Town Center, Avondale, St. Augustine, and Fernandina. With the most advanced injectors, estheticians, and technology, Amara Med Spa is redefining beauty, offering services such as Botox and filler, M-Sculpt Neo, painless laser hair removal, and advanced skincare treatments. Visit theamaramedspa.com and book a complimentary consultation today.
You expect Jags fans to say, Duval. You expect the Beard Stadium's going to be cold, the dogs will be hot, but what you don't expect is an airport hotel with a renovated inviting lobby, a cool bar, and crowded restaurant, or 10,000 square feet of space just waiting for your next family or business event. At the Crowne Plaza Jacksonville Airport, you should always expect to be surprised. Book online or call 1-877-2-CROWN. That's 1-877-227-6963.
Your hometown gate now has more ways to save. Introducing My Gate Rewards, a new loyalty program with member-exclusive savings and fuel discounts. Earn points on in-store purchases, take advantage of special offers, and save on products you love. Score free coffee, fountain drinks, pizza, and soft serve with Gates frequent shopper clubs. Then use your points on savings at the pump. Download the My Gate Rewards app in the App Store today or ask a store associate for more information. Go from good to Gate.
Are you suffering from shoulder pain? If you have clicking and popping in the shoulder joint, persistent pain that intensifies with use, an inability to lift your arm over your head, or a tingling, burning sensation in the shoulder, elbow, or wrist, waiting to see a doctor could make your injury worse. Baptist Health and Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute have innovative and effective treatment options available right now to relieve your pain and restore your mobility. Don't wait. Call 904-JOI-2000.
Thinking about your favorite whiskey or whiskey-based cocktail for this weekend's party or tailgate? Us too. While you're out shopping for supplies, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the 2022 Jaguars whiskey available at most local Jacksonville liquor stores. Not leaving the couch this weekend? No problem. You can also order a bottle online at citrusdistillersonline.com. Every bottle is made locally here in Duval.
Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour, hour number 2. J.P. Shadrick with Hall of Fame left tackle Tony Boselli and CBS Sports senior writer Pete Prisco. Glad you're along with us on this Monday afternoon as we head into hour 2 and some breaking news. You heard it moments ago. Tony Boselli read it off Twitter. It is true. He and Rappaport of NFL Network reporting that Laviska Shenault has been traded to the Panthers. No word on the compensation or the exchange. And here we go in hour 2. We're off and running. Hey, 10 players cut or released or waived today for the Jaguars, so the churn begins.
Now it's 11.
Roster deadline. Well, he was traded.
No, but I'm saying 11 guys they're getting down to where they need to be is my point, JP.
Correct. Good point, Tony.
So I'm just trying to help you.
The deadline is 4 o'clock Tuesday, but the churn has begun, Tony. Thank you.
Yes, I'm helping you.
He's constantly scrolling through Twitter, Pete, just to see if there's any more breaking news.
Anything else I can break?
His sources say.
Sources are reaching out. I got sources reaching out to me, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
It's great though. In Ian's tweet, he says the Jaguars are trading Laviska Shenault to the Panthers, a new playmaking weapon. Where is he a playmaking weapon? Seriously.
Yeah, it's interesting.
The reputation far, far exceeds what he is.
Yeah. So, Pete, JP and I were talking about this. If you look at the draft in 2020 now, see, two of our first 3 picks are sitting in Carolina.
Hey, let's go.
And by the way, C.J. Henderson's been really good this summer.
Has he?
Really good. They're raving about him.
Got his head together. That's good. All right, so
that was what that was with him. I mean, he wasn't what they thought he was in terms of being dedicated to the craft early on, and then he hated Urban, and Urban hated him. And that's how that thing played out.
Well, if you look at that draft, let's go through that draft real quick, JP. 2020.
Yeah, 2020 draft. Here we go. 9th overall, C.J. Henderson, cornerback,
Gone.
Florida.
Gone. Not here.
20th overall, first round, defensive end, outside linebacker, Caleb Chazon, LSU.
Literally, we started the show. We started the show talking. Is he on the bubble of getting cut?
Correct.
Which I don't think he is, by the way. But the fact that he's in the conversation after 2 seasons.
Backup at best.
Okay, keep going.
Second round, 42nd overall, wide receiver, Laviska Shenault Jr. from Colorado.
Gone.
Can't run.
Third round pick, 73rd overall, Devon Hamilton, defensive tackle, The Ohio State University.
Yeah,
starter.
He's a starter on first, second down.
Yeah.
Fourth round, 116th overall, offensive lineman Ben Barch from Division III St. John's in Minnesota.
Right now, he's a
starter for now. For now.
Fourth round, 137th, cornerback Josiah Scott from Michigan State.
Gone.
See ya.
Fourth round, 140th, linebacker Shaquille Quarterman from Miami.
Backup.
But that's a good pick in that spot.
Yeah, I'm not being critical. It's a backup.
Yeah.
He's done a good job. He contributes.
Fifth round, 157th overall, safety from Auburn, Daniel Thomas.
Backup, special teams guy.
Again, that's okay in that spot.
Fifth round, 165th overall, wide receiver from Texas, Colin Johnson.
Gone.
Would have been starting for the Giants, but he got hurt. He tore his knee up last week.
Oof. Sixth round pick, 189th overall, quarterback, Oregon State, Jake Luton.
He won't be here, I don't think.
206th overall in the sixth round, tight end from Georgia Tech, Tyler Davis.
Don't know where you are.
And in the seventh round, 223rd overall, cornerback and return specialist, from Memphis, Chris Claybrooks.
Actually, a good pick. 7th-round pick. A guy who's going to contribute on special teams. Good gunner. I'm good.
So, other than the beginning of that draft, it's okay. But here's the question: is it okay out of necessity? Like
It could be, Pete. And the bottom line is those first 3 picks have to be starters on a team when you're not very good.
Correct. It was.
And that's
was
why
not
you're
a
not
good
very
draft. And they could have packaged those 2 picks and gotten Justin Herbert.
And that's what they could have. Now, that's why I say I would give a second rounder. Right there is why I'd give a second rounder for Nick Chubb.
Yeah, but you can't think that way, Tony. You can't think just because.
I can. I can as a Jaguar loyal employee, fan, alumni, whatever else you want to call it. I can think that way, Pete.
I'm not giving up a second rounder for Nick Chubb. Not when I used a first rounder on ETN, and not when the running back position is devalued, A, but B, Nick Chubb is what is he, 27, 28?
No, he's on his 3rd year.
Yeah, he's older than that.
Pete, you just make stuff up.
Remember, he hurt at Georgia and got an extra year, right? Yeah, he's older.
No, I'm sorry. He's going to be 27.
Okay.
That means he's 26.
Yeah, so he's
currently.
Not.
If he's going to be 27.
Yeah, he's going to be 27 at the end of December.
One of these years, he'll turn 27.
This year, he's going to turn 27.
The bottom line, I don't think you could get him anyways, even if you wanted, because I don't think you could fit him in your cap.
No.
Yeah,
because they paid so much money out to compensate for the bad draft picks. That's why.
That's what happens.
That's what happens, for sure. The Jaguars.
See, it's almost like if you draft well, your cap becomes a problem because then you got to re-sign everybody. Right? That's a pleasant problem to have. But if you don't draft well, then you overpay everybody to try and compensate for your poor drafting.
And you don't know what you're getting.
Well, somehow the Rams have figured it out. They pay people so much money, but they have no cap issues.
They've got cash on their mattresses or something.
Because the back end drafting has been really good for the Rams, and so you supplement those guys with good players who were drafted at the back end. That's how you do it.
I'm just saying they've done a good job. I'm not being critical.
Is that sustainable though? In the long run.
If they keep on drafting good players, it is.
But
I mean, they drafted 2 safeties in late rounds, and they're fighting for a job. The 2 of them, and both of them have started. I mean, you can find those guys.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what you got to do.
It's sustainable as long as you keep Aaron Donald on the team on defense because he covers up a lot of sins on the back half.
Yeah.
And you got a guy like Jalen Ramsey who allows you to do things on the back half because he's one of those type of players. You got a franchise quarterback. You have, the best possession receiver in all of football in Cooper Cub. I mean, they got guys that are top 3 at their position. A couple that are top 1 at their position.
Yeah.
Well, they have 3 of the top 10 players in the league, I think. Arguably.
You think Cooper Cup's a top 10 player?
He won the Triple Crown last year.
Pete, I'm not arguing with you. I'm asking you a dang question.
Yes, he's a top 10 player.
So Pete, I think you're full of it there. Because if we had all the players drafted or available for a draft right now, you are not picking Cooper Kupp in the top 10.
I would.
No, you're not.
Pick him then.
What? Okay. Was he better than all the receivers in the league last year?
You're missing my point, Pete. Okay. Who's your first receiver you're picking?
Me?
Yeah.
Personally?
Yes.
Probably Jefferson.
Okay, I'm going Lamar Chase.
Jamar
Chase, not
Lamar
Chase.
Chase.
Jamar Chase. I'm going Jamar Chase.
Lamar Chase, is he a new player? I don't know.
No, it's his brother. It's his brother.
Deep down depth chart.
He's got a twin brother.
It's a twin brother. I'm taking Jamar Chase. My point is, you didn't say Cooper Kupp.
But you're talking about youth, though. There's a difference.
No, Cooper Kupp's not that old.
Is Jamar Chase better than Devontae Adams?
That's close. My point is. I don't think.
won the Triple Crown last year. He led in yards, catches, and touchdowns. It's not just a possession receiver.
I
you
love
called him
Cooper
a possession receiver.
Doesn't sound like you love him.
Pete, all I'm saying, I know for a fact, I like Cooper Kupp probably more than you like him. He is not in the top 10 of your all 100.
He led the league in yards.
I'm just telling you, if you're picking a team, you're picking, I would say, 3 receivers. I know Pete Prisco. I bet you Pete Prisco picks 3 receivers before he picks Cooper Kupp.
Would be Kupp. Oh, one of them would be Kupp.
Huh?
Kupp is better than you think he is.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Jefferson or Kupp?
Jefferson.
Jamar Chase or Kupp?
I would take Kupp.
Are you stuttering? Just speak.
No, I would Kupp ahead of Chase.
No, who are you taking? If you have Kupp on your team, you're taking Kupp instead of Jamar Chase.
How old is Cooper Kupp now?
Here we go.
Well, age matters. He's 29, so age matters. So if I'm building a team, I'm taking Chase and Jefferson. I'm also taking Chase and Jefferson over Adams. If I'm
Devontae Adams or Cooper Kupp?
Kupp.
Really?
Yeah. I think you can't just discount what he did last year.
I'm not discounting it. I'm just shocked that you're taking Cooper Kupp over Devontae Adams.
The guy had 1,900 yards receiving, and you called him a possession receiver.
Well, he's a slot guy. He's, how often does he line up outside on the number 1 corner
and go just sprint down the field, right?
I'm not taking anything away from him, but he plays.
They move him around a lot, though.
But is he not a slot receiver?
No, he's not just one. He's not a one-trick pony. In fact, that's what Jefferson was. I talked to Jefferson when he was up there. He's talking about how excited he is to move around like Kupp does in that offense.
All right, I love Cooper Kupp.
You know what the thing is with Kupp is nobody believes that he can do it again. That's part of the problem.
I just don't think, if I'm listing the top 10 players in this league, I don't think Cooper Kupp's on my list, is all I'm saying.
Now, I would take Jefferson in terms of where he's going and what he's going to be. I think he's going to be the best in the league. Take Chase, huh?
I like Jamar Chase.
Is the way they use Kupp the way the Jags want to use Kirk? Slot, move him around.
Yeah, I think you're. I mean, it's
maybe
a different
not deep down the field, but
I think you'll see him go deep. It's a different offense.
Yeah,
but I do think that Doug Peterson will move Christian Kirk around.
Okay, but let's take the Kupp conversation out. If you don't think he's a top 10, he's close to being a top 10 no matter what.
Sure.
And Donald and Ramsey are.
Yeah, your point is right, Pete. From the standpoint that they have 3 players that you are arguing. Well, 2 you don't have to argue because they are the best player at their position.
Correct.
And when you have that,
when you have that, you get a guy like Darius Williams. He plays well, and then some team comes along and pays him a boatload of money to come play over
here's
there.
the thing. If you looked at this roster right now, and I'm hoping this will change after this year, but how many guys are on this roster that are top 5 at their position in the NFL?
None.
I would say I think there's one.
Who?
Brandon Sheriff.
Sure. Yeah, Sheriff is the only one.
I think he's top 5 guard.
I mean, you can make a case for him being top 5. He's not a slam dunk as a top 5. Zach Martin, Quentin Nelson. I mean, you could go through and you could probably come up with him being in the argument with 6'7". It's no slam dunk. He's top 5.
I think he's top 5. But to your point, Pete, I mean, I'd have to go through the entire. I mean, Zach Martin's there, Quentin Nelson's
there. Would Trevor Lawrence be a top 10 quarterback next year?
I think he can be next year.
I think he will be. How about that? I think he will be.
I'm all for it.
The debate right now is Kirk
I'll
Cousins,
sign off on that right
top
now.
10, Derek Carr, top 10. I think that's where you're in the argument in there. Derek Carr, Kirk Cousins, Trevor Lawrence can be better than both those guys.
You're talking about after this season's over, going into next
Correct.
year.
My point is right now on this team,
nobody is except for.
And this is where guys like Josh Allen, like he's like, I'm going to put him as the poster child, like because I hold him in high regard. I think he is super talented and he has the right mindset. And the way I describe him right now, he's a good player. I think he has the potential to be great, a difference maker. And for this team to start taking the next step, you need guys like Josh Allen, who now are in the debate of one of the best pass rushers in football, one of the best outside linebackers or defensive ends in football.
So is he going to be in that debate next year?
I believe he is, Pete. I think he's a 12 to 15 sack guy this year.
Well, he's got to be toward the 15 to be in that debate. Then.
I agree, but I'm just saying, I think the debate will be there. I think Trevor Lawrence, like Pete said, will be in the debate of a top 10 quarterback. You need that to happen. I think Christian Kirk has the opportunity from being in the shadow of, Hopkins and Larry Fitzgerald and A.J. Green in Arizona to being the number one guy where he catches 100-plus balls. And now all of a sudden you're like, oh, Christian Kirk. When you start talking about number one receivers, you bring his name up. Like, this is what needs to happen for this team to be good. I mean, if you go all the way back to the beginning of this franchise, this team became good because we had players like a Jimmy Smith, a Fred Taylor, a Mark Brunell at the quarterback position who, for 3 years made the Pro Bowl.
Go ahead. Say yourself.
Leon, but Pete, like at right tackle, Leon Searcy was arguably one of the best right tackles in all of football.
Correct.
Brackens
was one of the best pass rushers in the league.
That's exactly. So you have to get guys who are in the conversation as one of the best at their position.
Okay, but as of right now, the only one would be the right guard, and that's debatable. But next year, Allen could be. Lawrence will be.
Well, I'll say another one.
Top 10.
I'm going to get another name that I'm high on. And
Campbell.
Who?
Tyson Campbell.
Well, I love Tyson Campbell. I don't know if he'll be there after this year, but I think he has the right trajectory. Cam Robinson. I think Cam Robinson, who had a good year last year, is going to have his best year and will be in the upper 10%, call it 10 to 15% left tackles.
It doesn't matter who plays that position. He's gonna prop him up. Remember when Mike Pearson played? He said he was gonna be good.
I wasn't even. Hold on. First of all, I wasn't even on the radio when Mike Pearson played. So shut up.
I was talking to you back then.
You're an idiot.
He was baby Boselli.
No, that's not true.
Tony, stop it. He's gonna be a top 5 tackle in the league after this year.
I think you can debate it after this year.
Oh man, I don't see that at all.
Why not?
Because I don't think he's that good. I think he's a top 10 to 12, 13 tackle. Top 5?
I'm not saying right now. I'm saying the debate will be on. You and I next year will be debating whether he's a top 5 tackle or not.
Well, he ain't going to be better than Trent Williams. He ain't going to be better than the kid at the Chargers. So there's 2 right off the back. I mean, there's guys out there. Sony, top 5.
I'm just telling you, Pete.
Wow.
I'll tell you another guy.
Oh, gosh.
I'm not saying he's going to be top 5, but at the end of this year, we will be talking about him as a difference maker on the defense. Andre Cisco.
Safety.
I like Cisco. I think he's got real potential to be a really good safety. So I'm not going to say he's top 5, but he's going to be.
I didn't say top 5. I said that he will, like, all of a sudden you'll be like, oh, this is one of the better top third safeties in the NFL.
Hey, we got to take a timeout.
Do we have to?
Yes, because we have to come back and sell some wine.
Wow. Keeping it real.
We're going to keep it real.
With Mondavi.
Mr. Bob Mondavi.
It's actually Robert. Please call him by the proper name.
Is going to make an appearance when we come back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on 1010XL, Jaguars.com, Jaguars social media, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube, and the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Your pet means the world to you, so Pet Paradise created a slice of paradise just for them. Pet Paradise is your complete pet health care destination with resort-style day camp, overnight boarding, professional grooming, and compassionate veterinary care from New Day, all located under one roof. Pet Paradise has over 50 locations open or under development to serve pet fanatics like you nationwide. Book today at petparadise.com, the official pet care provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Ready, set, go. It's the Labor Day sales event at your local Ford dealer. Get going in a new Ford SUV or truck. Inventory is arriving daily, so get ready for the best offers of the summer on in-stock Ford vehicles. Or go custom order a 2023 Ford and lock in low financing and get big cash back. You've waited for these deals, and the wait is over. Ready, set, go to the Labor Day sales event, now through September 5th. Not all models, trims, or features may be available. Contact your dealer for more information.
Life's better with a financial partner like Ameris Bank. From opening your first savings account to funding your kids' college tuition, we're with you.
From a flash of a business idea to growing that company just as fast.
We're with you.
From buying a home to tackling the renovations to make it truly yours.
We're with you. You have big plans.
Financial questions.
And decisions to make.
And for every idea, life goal, and new venture, we're with you all the way. Visit amerisbank.com/withyou to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
When it comes to water, choose our team, the winning team. Choose CGC Water Treatment. CGC Water Treatment works, and it works for DG too. Former Jags QB, David Garrard.
If you're not filtering your water, you are the filter. Don't be the filter. Discover the kinetical difference.
Call CGC Water Treatment at 844-CGC-JAGS or visit cgcwater.com. CGC Water Treatment are proud partners of the Jacksonville Jaguars and your local independent Kinetico dealers.
Your hometown gate now has more ways to save. Introducing My Gate Rewards, a new loyalty program with member-exclusive savings and fuel discounts. Earn points on in-store purchases, take advantage of special offers, and save on products you love. Score free coffee, fountain drinks, pizza, and soft serve with Gates frequent shopper clubs. Then use your points on savings at the pump. Download the My Gate Rewards app in the App Store today or ask a store associate for more information. Go from good to Gate.
The station that the Jaguars listen to, 1010XL. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. J.P. Shadrick with Hall of Famer Tony Boselli and Pete Prisco. It's time for Keeping It Real, presented by Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi. Open up a winner today. Real Ingredients, award-winning wine by Robert Mondavi.
All right, let's keep it real. What do we keep it real with, JP?
The right tackle position.
Did we do this last week?
We haven't. Well, yeah, it's neither one
Yeah, but
played.
you didn't hear my thoughts on it, though.
No one actually cares. When it comes to the offensive line, Pete, let's be clear. Nobody cares on this show about your opinion. Only one person on this show matters.
Okay. Can we please keep the tape of this show so that we can get Cam Robinson top 5 tackle at the end of the year?
It's going to be saved. It'll be saved.
Save that, please. Because one guy played the position, went to the Hall of Fame, arguably one of the greatest of all time. I did not.
We know that.
But I will be right.
Well, Pete, let's be clear now. I didn't say he would be. I said we'd be talking about whether or not he is a top 5.
There's a backtrack.
Kind of vague.
Huh?
It's a little vague.
You're backtracking.
No, that's what. Is that not what I said, JP?
You said he'd be in the conversation as one of the top
in the conversation.
5.
That's all.
Okay, so that means he's 6 or 7 or something like that.
That's right. Yes.
Bare minimum, he's 6 or 7 in the league.
I think he has to be top 8 for me to be right.
Okay. And where is he right now? 12, 15, 13?
Yeah, 14? I think that's fair.
Okay. Oof. I don't. So yes, we'll keep this, and then don't ever say anything that I don't know offensive line you do when it doesn't happen.
Yeah, when he makes the Pro Bowl this year and talking about first team or second team All Pro, you'll be asking for forgiveness.
I like that. That would be good for everybody.
And when is Luke Jokel going to make it?
Let's move to the right tackle, shall we?
That's not very nice, Pete.
Jawan Taylor, Walker Little, neither one of them were in there Saturday. What do you see?
First of all, I would have played Walker Little because I think he's the backup. I think he's the swing tackle, and I would have played him and put him at left tackle to get him some reps because at the end of the day, if something happens to Cam, he is your left tackle, so I'm surprised that Doug Peterson did not do that. I think Jawan Taylor won the job. He had the better camp. Once he got healthy, he had the better games that they both played in, and I think Jawan Taylor will be your starting right tackle when the season opens.
I agree with you 100%. The one thing, it actually was good to have that competition over there because I think it pushed Jawan Taylor. You could tell that was a different guy. some guys, I don't know if you guys noticed, I heard he had an edge in camp, which is a good thing. And so I think the fact that they did flop Little over there to challenge him made him a better player. He played better. He was better in the games, like you said, Tony. I think he earned the job. He should be the starting right tackle.
Yeah, but again, Walker Little, they used a second rounder on him last year, and I think some of the conversation people are going to have and are having is, how did he not win that job? Or they're disappointed he didn't win the job. At the end of the day, whether he was the starting right tackle or not does not mean his career in Jacksonville or it's a busted pick or anything like that. I mean, you need to be patient. Number one, that kid sat out 2 years, had a major knee injury. He is big, athletic. I still have hope that he will continue to improve. I think he's getting coached very well by Phil Rauscher, who I have a ton of respect for as an offensive line coach. And so I expect him to improve over the season, and I don't think that this battle's over. Just because Jawan Taylor is the starting right tackle opening day, he's going to know that he has a guy right over his shoulder in Walker Little, and my hope is Walker continues to work and progress and get better in practice and use scout team reps and use your one-on-one reps, like to get better and better and better to put pressure on Jawan so that if something were to happen where Jawan's not playing well or inconsistent, that you can slide in Walker Little there. And at the same time, to remind Jawan Taylor daily that, hey, there's someone else we can play if you're not playing at a high level, because I think that'll help both guys.
Play like you did as a rookie. That should be the message for Jawan Taylor, because he looked like he was going to be a good player as a rookie, and then the last couple of years he's been really bad. And so I think competition brought the best out in him, and that's always a good thing.
Plus, it's a contract year, Pete. You know what contract year does to people.
Yeah. Well, they'll probably overpay him next year, too, like they've done in the past.
God, you're mean.
What is wrong with you, man?
Who have they overpaid in the past?
Well, a lot of people around the league think they overpaid for every guy they signed this offseason.
It's free agency. You got to do that.
Well, I mean, yeah, okay.
Oh, well.
The look on your face. Yeah, okay.
I can't, I don't know where to go with that.
This is what it is.
I'll say this. Based on early returns, I don't think they overpaid for Fatukasi.
I would agree with you.
Yeah.
And I'm in the minority. I don't think, okay. Yeah, they paid too much for Kirk, but they had to. Or did they? But I think he's a good player. I really do. I think Kirk's going to be a good player. But they're paying him great money.
Yeah,
that's the difference.
If he's really good, though, then it's worth it.
He catches 100 balls here. He's worth every dime.
Okay, you going to put that one? Is he going to be 100 catch guy?
This is Prediction Monday.
I just said if.
Zay Jones actually has looked good this summer. So his deal looks like it. When he signed his deal, I thought that was wacky. And his deal, if he plays like that, his deal is going to be about in par for what he should be.
All right, that's it for Keeping It Real, presented by Woodbridge by Robert Mondavi. Open up a winner today. Real Ingredients, award-winning wine by Robert Mondavi. Mr. Mondavi, sir, thank you for your sponsorship of this program. We're back in a moment. We'll take your social media questions. The Fanatics Fan Questions. It's Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
Frank Frangie here. When you want barbecue in Jacksonville, you want Bono's Pit Barbecue. You can find Bono's locations all around town and on game day at TIAA Bank Field, because Bono's is the official barbecue of the Jacksonville Jaguars. Bono's is currently expanding its brand with franchise opportunities throughout the Southeast and beyond. Over 70 years of authentic Southern Pit barbecue and owning your own business are a great combo. Go to bonosbarbq.com to learn more or call 904-880-8310 today. And remember, if you don't see a pit, it ain't legit.
It's time for sunshine and summer showers, so it's more important than ever to make sure you call Crystal Clean for all your waterproofing needs. Waterproofing can extend the life of your building by keeping water outside where it belongs. And that Florida sun can beat up your business's paint job. Crystal Clean's painting services can bring your building back to life. From waterproofing to painting, schedule Crystal Clean today. Call 904-220-3337 or go to crystalclean.com. You don't have to worry when it's crystal clean.
Maximize the beauty of your home with custom-made windows and patio doors from Renewal by Anderson. Right now, buy 4 windows or patio doors and get the 5th free. Plus, no money down, no payments, and no interest for 12 months. Visit rbafla.com for details. Offer expires August 31st. Restrictions apply. Renewal by Anderson, the official window and door replacement company of the Jacksonville Jaguars. License number CGC 1527613.
Reconnect with the best version of you at Amara Med Spa, Northeast Florida's premier luxury medical spa, located in Ponte Vedra, Town Center, Avondale, St. Augustine, and Fernandina. With the most advanced injectors, estheticians, and technology, Amara Med Spa is redefining beauty, offering services such as Botox and filler, M-Sculpt Neo, painless laser hair removal, and advanced skincare treatments. Visit theamaramedspa.com and book a complimentary consultation today.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
Dempsey and Fat Tony. Jaguars Today. All Jaguars, all NFL, all the time. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL.
Welcome back, Jaguars Happy Hour on a Monday afternoon. J.P. Shadrick with Pete Prisco and Hall of Famer Tony Boselli. Glad you're with us. It is the Monday of the mini bye week. There's 2 weeks until the regular season. 13 days.
We have a
away.
long way to go.
Long way to go. What are we
going to talk about next week on Labor Day? Should we just take a day off?
Well, Pete is off.
Labor?
Pete is cut right now. He's not off. Can we hear you, Pete?
Yeah, you can hear me.
Oh, we got you now.
Hey, Pete,
Hey,
did you?
10 days until the season starts only, Tony. Come on. Thursday night game.
Thursday night. Are you doing that game, Tone?
No, I'm not doing the first Thursday night.
Oh.
Did you see the 49ers, Pete, just signed Garoppolo to a new...
I thought all along he wasn't going anywhere, by the way. I was in the minority on that one.
He was supposed to make $24 million this year. They restructured it. Total upside $16 million. Basically,
he'll be starting by November.
Yeah, his base is $7 million, and then he can get another or $6.5 million base, $500 in incentives of roster bonus, and then another $9 million out there based on playing time.
Wow.
I mean, I'm going to say this because I was just at the Vikings the week before. They worked out with the Niners for 2 days and played them. And so I asked some guys on the Vikings that I know, some players I know, and some other guys in the organization, what did they thought of Trey Lance? And they all went, They gave me that look. And they said the motion was funky. He telegraphed his passes a little bit, and the accuracy wasn't there. There's got to be some concern about that if you're the Niners, which has to be why they kept him.
I mean, Pete, the 49ers have a Super Bowl roster besides quarterback.
The middle of the offensive line is bad, though, Tony. I don't know. Can you get around that with 2 solid tackles?
Okay, it's an upper
they got a
echelon.
whole new group in there.
Oh, that's fair, but it's a good team.
It's a good team. And a good coach.
And they're well coached. Aren't they better with Jimmy Garoppolo than Trey Lance, Pete?
I think they are. But, everybody thinks that they can take this guy who can move and run and everything else and create so much stuff for him. I wouldn't be shocked if he's not starting by November or October. It's only a 1-year deal. Your team is built to win now.
So go ahead, JP. Pete just cut you off.
Started. Sorry to cut you off there, Pete.
This didn't happen last week, JP.
No, it didn't. It was perfectly smooth last week, unlike this week with Pete back. Time now for the Fanatics Fan Questions. Jaguars fans are gearing up and saving big at Fanatics.com. Shop today and rep your Jags gear on game day and every day. Fanatics.com, officially licensed everything. Question 1.
Okay, let's do this.
We put out the cat signal. Here's what we came up with on Twitter today. Question 1 is at DevilJaguarX82. Give us some off-the-cuff extreme predictions for the season. Well, I think Tony's just been doing that already, Pete.
No, he's got to. He didn't give up. Those are all things he believes. They just sound like buffoon off the cuff predictions. Give me something off the cuff, Boselli. You go first.
Off the cuff.
Off the cuff.
This team will be within 2 games going into December for the AFC South.
So by November they're going to be within 2 games.
Going by the end of November.
That's not that off the cuff, is
Will
it?
Be in 3rd place though? I mean, 2
no, I'm
games
just saying
back.
they're going to be 2 games back from to win the division. And what's the
All right.
I think they have division games in December.
There are some, yes.
Okay, here's mine. You ready?
Many are away, but yes.
Nobody pays any attention to the Pro Bowl, and it really doesn't mean anything. But Trevor Lawrence will be playing in the Pro Bowl.
Are they even going to have a Pro Bowl this year, Pete?
They shouldn't. But he will make the Pro Bowl in some form or fashion. Because I think he's going to roll up big numbers. I really do.
I like that. Very nice. Next question. At Bortles Nation, do you see us adding Kenyon Drake or some other running back? Yeah, we talked some running backs earlier. Drake's a free agent already.
I don't think he fits with what they want to do, though. I think the other guys are better fits. Don't you agree, Tony?
Yeah,
Michelle and Madison or whoever.
Yeah, I think there'll be a running back that has not been in camp with us on this roster opening day.
Michelle's out there. He's free.
He's free. I'd be kicking the tires on that immediately.
Plus, I hear Kenyon Drake can be difficult to coach at times.
Then you don't want him here. You have a young team.
Yeah.
Then, we talked about the report that the Vikings might be in the market to trade Alexander Madison, who's a very good back.
Could you get both? Do you need both?
No, I don't think you need both. But
no, you need one. You need one. One more.
Okay.
I just signed Sony Michel. That's what I would do.
Yeah.
Easy enough. Next question, at Jarvis Davis 20. Do you guys think the defense could be in the top 10 to 15 by the end of this season?
Pete, you go first.
Top 15, yes. Top 10, no.
This defense at the end of the season will be ranked number 7.
7 in the league in total defense? Is that what the metric are
Yeah, total defense, yards.
You got pom-poms on all over the place today, man.
just
Were they
telling
underneath the desk? Woo, woohoo, wee.
Total yards, 7th.
7th?
Yeah.
I don't see that. I think it's going to be a good defense, but that's pretty darn good.
7th in the league, and they got the AFC West on the roster this year.
So they'll be better.
Or on
Let's
the
see.
schedule
They'll be better.
this year.
Let's just think of 7 defenses just off the top of our head. They're not better than the Chargers.
But the Chargers weren't ranked even in the top 10 last year.
They weren't, but now they have Khalil Mack and J.C. Jackson, and Derwin James is back playing. Come on, Tony. Okay, will they be better than the Niners defense? Will they be better than the Rams defense? Tony?
Well, that's
Tony.
Well,
okay,
I mean,
they're not better than the Saints defense. I know that much.
Okay, they're not okay.
Are they better than the Bucs defense?
Maybe.
Here
Are they better than Miami's defense?
Yes.
No, they're not. Are they better than the Bills defense? No.
Who are the Okay, give us the top 10 defenses last year, JP, by yards.
Stand by. I'm working on that.
You could go by points too. I mean, that's
no,
usually.
We've decided by yards, Pete. Pay attention. I know it's
heard
hard.
you say yards, but why yards?
Because that's what we decided.
Because that's
You decided it.
Well, you ranked defenses.
You said they'd be top 7.
All right, here we go. Number 1 defense in the league by total yardage per game, the Buffalo Bills.
You don't have to be dramatic. Just
Nobody
name the
circles
teams.
the wagons like the Buffalo
Just
Bills.
name the teams.
Carolina 2nd, San Fran 3rd, New England 4th, Cleveland 5th, Chicago 6th somehow, New Orleans 7th, Denver 8th, Green Bay was 9th, Philly 10.
By the way, Green Bay will be significantly better than they were a year ago. All the corners are back healthy. Yeah.
All right. I'd like to amend. I will say they will be.
He's backtracking again.
They're going to be number 10 exactly.
Okay, as of right now, where are they ranked in the defenses in the state of Florida?
Number 1.
No, they're not. You know better than that. They're 3rd right now.
Based on what?
They could be by the end of the year better, but they're 3rd.
Listen, I'm a believer in Caldwell. Mike Caldwell.
Oh, I thought you meant Dave Caldwell.
No, we already
saw
went
Dave
through
the other day.
Through the 2020.
We already
draft
went through his
already.
last draft.
Yeah.
I'm not. Let's not revisit that. Love Dave, friend, but I don't, good guy, great guy.
He'd be the first one to tell you it wasn't a good draft.
Next question. At @that_guy_Tyler, what's a realistic outlook for this team this year? Taking off the teal shades, what do each of you think of this roster, and how should perform this year compared to teams in the AFC?
Well, we're gonna pick the wins and losses next week, so I don't want to give away any of my inside information.
Thank you, Tony.
Early.
We appreciate that.
Yeah, I want to save that. It's a tease. That's what we call
two
a tease.
Two long hours next week
in the business
of this.
I think. I mean, if you're being honest, right now, I think it's still probably the 3rd best roster in the AFC South. I mean, it's hard for me to put it higher just based on the last few years and what teams did in the offseason. Now, I think it can jump ahead of Tennessee. I think Tennessee losing A.J. Brown was big for them. Like, I don't think the receiving crew for the Tennessee Titans scares you much. And I think, that's a team that if they don't get, King Henry going, it's been proven that Tannehill's not the quarterback who's going to carry them and carry that offense.
And they got issues on the offensive line, too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So I could probably be talked into right now that the Jags roster is better than Tennessee's, but just because of the last few years, it's hard to just say that. I think the Colts have the best roster and are the best team going into the season in the South.
But you always talk about top 5 players in the league. Derrick Henry's a top 5 running back.
That's my point.
Jeffrey Simmons is a top 5 defensive tackle.
Okay.
Kevin Byard is a top 5 safety. There's 3 right there.
No, I agree with you, Pete. That's what I'm saying. It'd be hard for me to put them ahead. Now, could I talk myself into it? Maybe. Yes, but I still think right now this roster, and if you were just taking off, our love for this organization or my love for the organization, it'd be hard to project them higher than 3rd right now in the AFC South.
Well, you talked about top 5 players. Let's go to the Colts. Jonathan Taylor, top 5 player. Darius Leonard, top 5 player. Quentin Nelson, top 5 player.
Is the I can't think of his name, came from San Francisco, 3 technique. He's not a top 5.
He's not a top 5 player, but he's not far behind that, though.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Buckner.
Yeah.
Buckner, yes, thank you.
Final question. We're going to end with a bang here. At Hello Fish Sticks, does Pete use the same shampoo and conditioner as Dewey Wingard?
No, but I cover better.
I would say, wow, that's a dumb question. Like, why did you put that in there?
Because it was a shot at me.
Pete has no
that's
hair.
Why. Come on.
No, that's the whole point of the joke.
I know, I get the joke,
Pete
but
is bald. I should have just put that on there.
Well, you should just say, dude, Pete and J.P. use the same shampoo.
I can honestly say, this is no lie, if I get a thing of shampoo, it lasts a long time.
Why do you even use shampoo? Why don't you just use soap? You have no hair.
I have hair. It's just back here.
Well, you can't see it.
JP, do you use shampoo?
From time to time.
Do you take a shower? You wash?
Occasionally.
You bathe?
Depending on
he's an unbathed man.
Once a week, Pete, he hits the shower.
Swamp I walk out of.
I mean, the way when I said, "Do you use shampoo?" You went, like you don't take showers or something. I'm worried about this.
Hey, it's been a long and winding road here in Jacksonville. We'll see. Hey,
So you can be bald one day too. So
yeah, it's
No,
coming.
I won't.
Oh yeah, they're gonna
it's
have to
gone
change
back
the,
a little bit. I've seen it. I've
They're gonna
noticed.
have
No,
to-
my hairline is not changing. It's thick, Pete. It's
Pete,
not going anywhere.
If that happens, they have to adjust the bust in Canton. They've got to shave his head.
No, they don't. That's not true, Pete. That's a lie.
Well, you know what it'll do? It'll make the brow look even further out on the bust.
I don't think I'd look good bald.
We don't look good now.
Oh,
I mean,
my wife.
Who said you look good now?
My wife. She told me this morning I look very good.
She said when you walked out the door today, she said you look good today.
Yeah, maybe when I got out of the shower, she said you look good.
Angie, quit lying.
Thanks for the questions on social media today. We're back in a moment. We'll go around the NFL. We go down some paths on this show, don't we?
We do. That's the beauty of it.
I love it. Around the league. When we
Let's
come
do
back.
it around the league.
Let's go around the league.
This is the only part we like Pete being around for.
It's Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Digital Network.
Hey Jags fans, Brian Sexton for Dreamfinders Homes. In a complex housing market, do decisions on the biggest purchase of your life stress you out? At Dreamfinders Homes, they can build the home of your dreams in one of their many communities in Northeast Florida. With a mortgage company in-house, they're here to assist you throughout the entire process. Choose from their wide range of single-family homes or townhomes from the 300,000s. Dreamfinders Homes specializes in homes built to fit your lifestyle. Call 904-590-2545 or visit dreamfindershomes.com.
At most sandwich places, asking for more of something is just part of the drill. But what if you never had to ask for more? What if more was just a given? At Daly's, more is what our sandwiches are built on. More meat, more cheese, more veggies, more quality, more taste. All for a price that's anything but more. Sandwiches from Dash, made fresh. Daly's.
Life's better with a financial partner like Ameris Bank. From opening your first savings account to funding your kids' college tuition, we're with you.
From a flash of a business idea to growing that company just as fast.
We're with you.
From buying a home to tackling the renovations to make it truly yours.
We're with you. You have big plans
Financial questions.
And decisions to make.
and for every idea, life goal, and new venture, we're with you all the way. Visit amerisbank.com/withyou to get started. Ameris Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The Land Rover Defender story began with the simple thought of creating an exceptionally capable off-road vehicle, becoming the go-anywhere, do-anything all-terrain machine. Today, there's a new Land Rover Defender, the toughest and most advanced Land Rover vehicle ever. From the beginning, Land Rover knew the new Defender was capable of great things. Motor Trend's 2021 SUV of the Year is just the latest example. Test drive the new Land Rover Defender today at Land Rover Jacksonville on Atlantic Boulevard, or go to LandRoverJacksonville.com. Land Rover, above and beyond.
Your pet means the world to you, so Pet Paradise created a slice of paradise just for them. Pet Paradise is your complete pet health care destination with resort-style day camp, overnight boarding, professional grooming, and compassionate veterinary care from New Day, all located under one roof. Pet Paradise has over 50 locations open or under development to serve pet fanatics like you nationwide. Book today at PetParadise.com. the official pet care provider of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Thinking about your favorite whiskey or whiskey-based cocktail for this weekend's party or tailgate? Us too. While you're out shopping for supplies, don't forget to pick up a bottle of the 2022 Jaguars whiskey available at most local Jacksonville liquor stores. Not leaving the couch this weekend? No problem. You can also order a bottle online at citrusdistillersonline.com. Every bottle is made locally here in Duval.
When Jaguars news breaks, you'll hear about it first on 1010XL, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Welcome back. It's Jaguars Happy Hour. It is Monday. I am J.P. Shadrick. That is Tony Boselli. That is Pete Prisco. Joe Fortunato's in here also. Brent Reber, David Cho are on the video tonight. Thanks to our entire crew, as always. Let's go around the National Football League and a scary situation in Washington, D.C. Commanders rookie running back Brian Robinson was shot Sunday as the victim in an attempted robbery or carjacking in northeast Washington, D.C. in the district. The suspects fled the scene, apparently. A firearm was recovered a short distance away. He was shot in the glute and lower leg, and then on Monday, today, he had an Instagram post saying he underwent surgery and it went well. Pete, this is something now.
Yeah, it's scary. I mean, he's lucky it wasn't a lot worse. Forget football. I mean, this guy's life was in danger. And, luckily it wasn't major in terms of where he was shot. He was shot in the butt and the leg, I think. And there's some thought he might be able to play down the road. But that's scary, scary stuff. And it wasn't a lot worse than it was.
Yeah, it's you feel for the kid. I mean, my goodness.
Good player, too. Now,
good player, had a good camp. I mean, It sounded like he was going to be the starter, or at least be in the rotation to have significant carries.
I just hope, and I haven't read the report on it, that he didn't fight to keep his car.
Well,
give up the car.
Well, he's the victim here, and whatever happened to him is tragic, and you hate it. You hate it.
But I mean, I'm just saying. Somebody comes to me and wants my car, have at it. You know what I mean? You can replace a car, you can't replace a life. So that's all I'm saying.
Buccaneers quarterback Tom Brady named the number one player in the top 100 players list of this past season. The fourth time he's topped that list. The players vote on it each year. Is that right?
I don't think Tom Brady's the best player in football right now. I think that's a respect vote by the players.
That list was terrible, by the way.
Was it bad?
It's awful. It was an awful list.
Why? I mean, what was so bad about it?
Go through it. And you go read it, and you'll see. I mean, look, Aaron Donald is the number one player in the National Football League. He's not the most valuable player in the National Football League, and you wouldn't pick him first.
But he's the best.
But he's the best player in the National.
Yes.
He's the best player in the National Football League.
Now,
you wouldn't. Tom Brady's not better than Patrick Mahomes. Not better than Aaron Rodgers right now.
But I think it's respect for Tom Brady, what he has done. And I'm fine with it.
I get it.
It's a silly list. Who cares? It doesn't mean anything.
There's only one top 100 list that matters, the one I did.
Where did you have Tom Brady?
Top 10.
Yeah. So, I'm good with it. I mean, Tom Brady, whatever you put him 1, 2, 3, whatever, he's a generational player. He'll go down in this generation as the greatest football player just from a competitive standpoint. Rings, what he did, he did in New England, what he did in Tampa. I mean, the guy is, he's
the best.
He's going to walk into Canton, and he'll be
the best who ever played. Yep.
Yeah, he'll be.
What about his 10-day hiatus?
Yeah, I don't know and don't care, and I'm tired of speculating and all the stupid rumors on the internet. But this is how I describe Tom Brady.
The rumors were dumb.
You're dumb. This is how I describe Tom Brady, Pete. When you're listening to all-time greats, it's going to be a conversation of, it's been Jim Brown, LT, Jerry Rice. I mean, those are the guys that you kind of debate back and forth. We'll now add Tom Brady to that conversation as the greatest of all time.
Yeah, I used to say Jerry Rice was the greatest football player of all time because he was better than every receiver who ever played. But now I think it's between him and Tom Brady.
So you don't include the great Jim Brown in that list?
Yeah, I guess he's in the conversation. I just think you could make a case for running backs. There's a lot of guys that you could make a case for. You can't make a case for any other receiver except for Jerry Rice.
What about LT?
I mean, imagine if LT had actually cared and didn't party the night before games and stuff. My God.
The Bills released rookie punter Matt Araiza Saturday night after a civil lawsuit alleged that he participated in a gang rape of a 17-year-old last October. The team says it found out about the allegation in late July when the alleged victim's attorney spoke to a team lawyer.
Well, here's my question. why is it a civil suit? Because what I read was disgusting and like just awful. And as a father of 3 daughters, like it made me nauseous. Why is it not a criminal charge? And I'm not saying he's guilty, innocent until proven guilty, but if he did what they're alleging he did in the civil suit, why is the San Diego police not locking him up? Why is it not a criminal charge and only a civil case? Because what I read was I can't even repeat it.
No, it was vile, but maybe there's not enough to charge him, Tony.
Based on what I read, it sure seemed like it. She went right to the hospital right afterwards and had an interview with police and
and they actually called him on the one, and
Yes.
they had her call him. I mean, okay, couple things about that. Out of the Bills, with all the security people and all the information you get, you didn't know about that when you drafted him?
Like, yeah, how do you even draft a kid? Now, I mean,
They did get rid of him as soon as it came out, though.
If he's innocent, I hope it goes through and he gets back and he can go work again and someone gives him a chance. But if he's guilty of that, it's more than just paying a fine or paying some money to her, to this poor girl and her family. The guy should be in jail, and the others that participated in the shenanigans.
But again, innocent until proven guilty. And if the police didn't charge him with it, why didn't they?
I'm with you, Pete. That's the only thing that was like my antennas went up of like, what's going on here? Because you read the report, you read the civil lawsuit, and I'm like, why has he not been charged with a criminal offense?
Well, what about it was the same with Deshaun Watson? He had all those cases against him, but he wasn't charged with a criminal offense.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Mike Tomlin says they'll name a starting quarterback for the Steelers, quote, at our leisure, end quote. It's got to be Kenny Pickett, right, Pete?
I don't think so. I think it's going to be Trubisky.
Who would you pick?
Who would I pick? I'd pick Pickett. Get on with it. Get on with the game. But their offensive – okay, this is the – people say the offensive line they have is so bad right now that you might ruin him. If you pick a guy and you ruin him, then you drafted the wrong guy in the first place. That's my theory on it.
I'm with you, Pete. You and I have talked about this. We both agree with this. Because if that's the case, then Troy Aikman wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame because he about got killed his first couple years. Joe Burrow wouldn't have taken the Bengals to the playoffs because he got killed both years.
Right.
I mean,
right. You want the guy with that can come out from underneath all that.
Yeah, I don't buy that.
No, I never have.
There you have it. Our look around the National Football League. The Jaguars media schedule is out this week. There will be 3 practices, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, of course, closed to the public. But open locker room is back.
You're excited, aren't
During
you?
the week. It's going to be nice to meet some of these guys for the first time.
Yeah.
Honestly.
You know what's funny is a lot of those guys have never been around open locker room since they've been in the league.
That's right.
They don't know what that is.
After the preseason games is the first time that's happened in 2 years.
Yeah, it'll be. I think it's good. It's time for the media to get back in there. It's part of the game. It's part of your job as a player to interact with the media. So because that's the voice. That's the voice to the fans.
Yeah, I agree. And now it's changed a bit because everybody has their own Twitter page and Instagram.
Here's my yes, but
because they have direct access.
What?
But you want.
But the message coming on Instagram and Twitter is very pro-player perspective.
That's right.
And I'm not saying that's not valuable, but good reporters, and I hesitate to say this because I don't want Pete's head to get any bigger than it was. What Pete gave to the fans was an inside, unbiased, impartial look of what was happening. And that's important for the game of football, and that's important for the fans. Because as players, we will put the slant and kind of color it to our benefit. I think that's human nature.
And players out there, if you're listening, talk to the reporters, get to know them, and give them this. You have to give them all the information, but just find guys you trust. And it'll be a good relationship back and forth. Because if you don't talk to them, that makes it worse on you. I hate to tell you that, but it does. It always has. So talk to them. Get to know them. And the reporters need to get to know them as people, too. Go talk to them about things. You can't just walk up to a guy and ambush him. Find out what's going on in his life. Find out how they're doing.
Everybody's a person. There's no doubt. That'll be fun.
Oh, everybody's a person.
Yeah.
That's the stuff you get from JP on this show.
Save that.
Everybody's a person.
Oh, my God.
For the last minute of the show.
Breaking news. There's no
capper.
All week, I'm going to think about being a person. That's going to
no,
you have
Pete,
to think
if you
about
were
that.
a tree, what kind of tree would you be?
Pete, there's no cyborgs in the NFL.
Not
no
yet.
robots.
Not yet.
Just
It's
people. They're just
coming.
people.
They're all people. They're persons.
They're all people. They're all persons.
Thanks to all our people on this broadcast crew helping us get this show together. That's Pete Prisco. That's Sony Boselli. I'm J.P. Shadrick. I'm also a person, and it's Jaguars Happy Hour on the Jaguars Digital Network.